Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Discover RPG and our Wall of Faces. We're not playing Hollywood Squares tonight, though. Oh no, we are playing. Well, we're not really playing. We're working on a world anvil with the cast of the Dragon's Crown. Hello, everyone.
Yay, yippee!
Hello. It's so wonderful
Anvil.
So wonderful to see your lovely faces. Hi, everyone.
Was broke me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, first of all, thank you to everybody who contributed to the hype train we're dealing with right now. Appreciate it very much. We are apparently 93% of the way to go to the next level, and you got 4 minutes. So if you feel like being nice, please feel free to resubscribe with your Prime subscription or put some bits in, whatever your heart desires. We are going to be dealing with one of our sponsors today, World Anvil. But real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to our other sponsors, of which I forgot to put the ad rotation in, or I didn't fix it when the ad rotation wasn't working. First of all, we are, as you can see, sponsored by World Anvil. World Anvil is an incredible campaign management tool that you can use, as you will see tonight. Many different features that you can get if you decide to become a paid guild member, but there's a ton of functionality for free users as well. You should absolutely check it out, and you can see when we're playing around what you can do with a guild membership. Lots of customization options, a couple new tools, things like that, which will be very fun for everyone to see in a live. We're basically going to do a live demo tonight. We are also sponsored by Die Hard Dice. You can use the code in chat, or use the code link in chat, or use Nerdsmith to get 10% off your order at Die Hard Dice. Currently, they are doing a Loot the Castle event, which is their holiday sale. If you put a certain amount of money worth of merch. Oh, ooh, cool.
You want me to say it real quick? I have it up.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so there are 4 tiers. There's uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and it's a free gift essentially for each one. So for $30, you get uncommon, $50 you get rare, 80 is epic, and 130 is legendary. They do stack. So if you put 30 in, you get an uncommon gift and a rare gift. And you get to choose from a variety. So
yeah, they got them listed on the website, so you check them out at dieharddice.com. You can see all the choices you can do for your epic gifts that you can add. There's miscellaneous stuff. There's a few that we've done for giveaways. There's trays and bags. I'm especially excited about the pouch of protection, which has a bunch of pockets in it for your dice. But you should definitely check them out. They are absolutely amazing. And make sure to tell them that we sent you, Nerdsmith sent you, because Castle Darkhard might throw something, a little extra something nice in your delivery if you give them a comment in your order. We are also sponsored, or we are affiliates, of Hero Forge. Hero Forge, it's not sad that it's a Monday because we're all hanging out, but it's also a little sad that it's not Tuesday, because Tuesday is Treasure Tuesday on Hero Forge, when the new assets are released for pro subscribers and the last week's pro features are brought down for everyone with the free account. You should definitely check it out. I believe this past week I saw like a spiky rose crown or something that just went live. It was really, really pretty. Like, there's a flower crown, but it's got like cool ass spikes in it. I think that might be the new thing that they've done. Oh, and the other new release that just came out today is that they are now making miniatures in antiqued bronze metal. So if you want like a really badass looking mini of various sizes, you should definitely check out the new antiqued bronze finish. They've got really awesome weathered details in them, and it is very, very pretty. Oh, I now recognize what the spiked flower crown was. They released on November 2nd a Dia de los Muertos set. So there's a bunch of features that you can get. They should be available tomorrow for free users, and you can check those out on HeroForge.com, or use the link in our chat and you'll be supporting Nerdsmith if you decide to buy anything in that really kick-ass antique bronze or become a pro subscriber. There's a lot of really cool stuff. So Let's see. Anything else? Oh, Discover RPG is also sponsored by Grinding Coffee. They are a Black LGBTQ small business. You should absolutely consider supporting them for your coffee and coffee subscriptions. They got some really kick-ass flavors. I know that Alora has been actually partaking in flavors. She is sadly not here today. She is on work travel, but we'll get back with her updates on what flavors are really you know.
I'm trying to branch out on my coffee, so I'm probably gonna have to give them a shot.
I am not 100% sure. I do know historically, we have had some fans of the gay agenda flavor.
From people that I know that really like coffee, the gay agenda is one of their favorites.
So yeah, you definitely should check them out. That's at grindingcoffee.co. And you can find, again, the code DRPG will get you 10% off your purchase today. Anyway, let's get chatting, everybody. So, Franz, you came to me with a query, a quest even, to create a World Anvil account for your show. And so we're going to do that today. Let's start with making one. So all of you on the screen, you can see my, this is my Hero Forge account, for Nerdsmith.
Your what?
My World Anvil account. What are you talking about? Absolutely
one
nothing.
Thing on the brain.
Listen, I have one brain cell, and that brain cell is exclusively for Hero Forge sometimes. All right, so we're gonna start a new world for Dragon's Crown. What I assume we're just gonna call it Dragon's Crown.
Probably works best, yeah.
Let's see if it will allow me to use
it makes the most sense.
The plural possessive.
Oh no.
We'll see if it fucks up the URL. What is also really nice is if you want, it's optional to select an RPG system, but we will set that up for you guys. Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, really modern. That's interesting.
Try just putting in D&D.
Yeah, I think it should just be under Dungeons and Dragons, I think. There we go. Pre-made categories automatically create basic categories, article structure, and campaigns. Sure, just so you can get a basic idea of what their pitch for organization is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with that. Oh, we don't have any music. I'm sorry, everybody. Get our little bit of fantasy music going on the stream.
So I have a question, just as a person interested in getting into this. You guys have, what is it, the heist here at the moment? And that
we have a Sage account.
Sage account, okay.
We can show,
because I know that they have like a deal going on right now, and I'm trying to debate which version I'm going to get for myself for my own personal games, as you know, evil dungeon master.
Mm-hmm. Let me pull up.
We're being threatened.
Oh yeah.
Anvil Guild.
We talk about it sometimes. Sorry.
No, you're fine. World Anvil has like a shop now as well, where you can get merch with their logos and things, but you can also purchase memberships, guild memberships. So right now what they're doing is if you pay for 9 months, you get the whole year for the same price. That's the special they're doing right now. So the let's see. So the Sage account, so what we have is for what they're pitching Sage account for is for professionals, because we use it for our entire network. It makes a lot of sense for us to have it. The things that you get with it are unlimited worlds, unlimited number of articles per world. Everybody gets article templates. They now have a bunch of things. Again, this is where you can kind of see that there's a lot of specialization options. Maps in particular have a lot of stuff for different levels. So at like the highest tier, you get a bunch of features like custom compasses, special map markers that you can put on the maps, things like that.
So it goes in depth. Wow, that's really cool.
You also get what they call an extreme homepage, which basically allows you to do a lot of customization with, like, if you're into CSS and like style sheets for websites, you can do a lot of custom stuff with the like the code. in the back end.
Oh, wow.
When you're in there, which
I'm
is
still
why when you
learning
go,
those, but that sounds
when
really
you
cool.
go to certain world anvils, you're gonna find vastly different types of websites because they have those higher tiers that allow them to do that. We also get 10 gig of storage.
Wow.
We get more editors you can assign. Chronicles is their advanced timeline, which is something that is only in the pay for, and we'll talk about that. Whiteboards, so you can do mind maps and different things like that.
I need that as a person with ADHD.
there's a notebook area. You can get secrets, which are text boxes that you as an editor or a GM can put in articles that your players cannot see, but you can see them for your personal notes. If you're like, listen, this person is secretly the BBEG, you can put that in your article and your players would never see it. You also get access to word count and goal features. So like if you're ever doing any sort of like writing challenges, things like that. You don't have any ads on your page if you're a paid guild member. And you also have access to their pre-made themes, a couple of other productivity stuff. They have a to-do list, which I'll show, which is really nice. It like automatically populates a to-do list based on unfinished articles that you have, so you can go look at things. I never look at it because I have too many. You have a pretty decent image uploader and focus mode, which takes everything but the typing away. So that if you just need to like sit down and just type, you can do that as well. Anything else? Everything else seems to be pretty much the same. You have some content tree stuff and some things that just basically make building a little easier.
Okay.
And then the things that are exclusively to Sage are, there's some Google Analytics stuff that you can do. You can make a custom domain name for that. That was honestly the biggest thing for me, was that you can make a custom URL for the page. Instead of whatever the article is titled, you can change the title. You can also do password protected stuff and have your Patreon supporters get exclusive access to things, which is the other thing I really like. We will be seeing that a little bit more on Nerdsmith because I'm going to be making some stuff that we're going to have exclusive to patrons. That will have some basic things that are public, but like if you drill down to like stat sheets and write-ups, you're going to want to get Patreon in order to see those.
That's really, really, really cool.
So yeah, there's a lot of customization.
There's a lot of, yeah.
It's been a long time since we actually showed people what you get with a World Anvil subscription, so let's actually delve in a little bit.
That's awesome.
So, currently, by default, this is what the Dragon's Crown World Anvil looks like. It's a basic kind of parchment looking thing. You have the option to have a player handbook. So if you were just starting a campaign, you could have your rules, and what you would want to have in the game if someone was making their game. This is called a book cover, and we do that in our in the Veil thing as well. It basically can just become these big buttons that you can have. So the biggest question for me, while we're making this, is Franz as the game master. What are the big use cases for your World Anvil? Who do you want to be getting the most use out of this? Players, viewers, both? You
both.
As a game master?
I think so. The primary purpose is equally important for all three like stakeholders, let's say.
Sure.
I want to use this as a chronicle of the campaign so people can go through and wait, I've heard that name before, and they can go back and they can search like who was that NPC or who was that person. Or like
literally
what happened
in game.
Oh my god! I made them go look up what Carlon's last name was.
I found it. I knew I wrote it down.
I didn't remember, so I was panicking on stream about it, and it wasn't until Chelsea went like, "It's Carlon," and I'm like, "Ow!"
Amazing girl.
I was aggressively flipping
I would
through my
also
notebook.
like to create some sort of section to break it down by episode, like what happened each episode, and like be able to hyperlink to specific things.
So you have a couple of options when it comes to doing that. Let's talk about that piece first. If you want to create basically an archive of the episodes, it kind of depends on what you can do. A bunch of things at once. that do have very different user experiences. You can do literally a list of articles that would be the episode titles, and you can just fill out an article with a summary, which we did for Countless Heroes way back when.
Yeah.
That is probably the most straightforward, because you could just copy and paste your notes if you really wanted to just have the bare bones. Don't even rewrite anything. Just put all the shit in there so that someone could search the page. That is the simplest way to do it. But there are other ways to do it depending on what you want. We've got timelines, so that you could create it's a scroll down version of events. It's especially useful if you've got big chunks of time spaced out. If the calendar is kind of an important thing for you, that's a good thing to use. Because we've got the Sage account, well, actually, here's my question. Do you guys do a lot of travel, or are you kind of encased in a single city?
We're definitely more of a travel kind of show. We've been to several locations already in game, and we're kind of trying to get back to particular areas. So
yeah,
I think
up north.
I think with how the module is made, we're meant to be traveling a lot. So there's definitely a lot
we're
of
going up
traversing.
and down the Sword Coast. We're going to El Terrell, Baldur's Gate.
So
we went to Waterdeep, Mayor of Dead Men.
So here's the other consideration, and this is something that we've had to deal with a little bit with our games. Ours is a homebrew world, so that helps a lot. But because you guys are dealing with a module, you run into some copyright considerations when it comes to visuals and graphics and actual names. World Anvil has very much an honor system when it comes to that kind of stuff. If someone reports copyright infringing material, they can take it down. They don't typically police it from the upload stage, but you try to do your best to do things that are going to be within your rights as a user. And because we're, operating in a tabletop roleplay space, there's that gray line between, okay, we're actually playing with this and not doing and you guys are literally kind of diverging from the source material quite a bit. So
quite a lot.
Yeah.
So if say you had a version of the map of the Sword Coast, you could use the Chronicle feature. The Chronicle feature has a map. It's basically maps and timelines merged together. It's a map that you put on screen, and then you enter in your timeline moments, and it shows on the map. It zooms to the spot on the map where that event took place, which is very, very cool. It allows you to do tracking the travel of a party if that was something that you were interested in doing.
Absolutely.
So
that sounds awesome.
What you would want to do then is maybe do something in Incarnate or some other map software and just make a basic version of the Sword Coast map, because I don't think
Gabby, you have a mission. You have homework.
I don't think it's okay to just use it from the book.
It's so funny that's mentioned. I just got Wonder Draft, which is Mega Sploot's version of making world maps and area maps.
You have homework now.
And I have done map making before, and I'm more than happy to take up this mantle.
Well, my question is that I know fairly recent in the past year, WotC has done a lot of revisioning to their open gaming license and stuff like that, where it's you can use our stuff within certain things.
Now, but I don't know if that that's the written content. I don't know if that is also including the art. The visual art. That could be a very different thing.
You can find they post maps on wikis and stuff. So
well, what I just found was somebody who did one in Incarnate. So it's an Incarnate version of the Sword Coast map. So we can take a look. we can use it today as a demo, and if you want to change the map, we can change it. So
absolutely.
let's say we want to do a map. Your image area kind of shares with all your accounts so that you have access. Okay. So the way that they demo the the basic stuff that they automatically put in. There's an atlas, which would be locations. The encyclopedia would be names and terms, campaigns if you had multiple campaigns in that world, and a staging area would be just for you guys. So if you had like a unpublished stuff, but you still wanted to be able to see it, you could put it there. Let's go to map. And I will show you briefly what you can do with a map. Let me do, where did I just put that?
No, I'm a sucker for map making, so I'm more than happy to help out in making a very basic looking design.
Gabby has been insanely making maps, and I love it.
I am trying to set up making my own map making streams at some point.
Well, what's really fun about the map feature here is that you can make markers on the map that will link to other maps. So you can have it like drill down if you wanted.
So it's kind of like a zooming in on like Google Earth kind of thing.
Yeah, it's very much a Google Earth
on a part,
thing.
and then it zooms in. That's cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of options here. This might be a slightly too big file. I'll have to see, because sometimes with anything, if you're uploading a map that's like, or an image that's way too big, it will take a while to load. So
would it be easier then to maybe just do like a Chronicles kind of example? If the map might take a while.
Well, the thing is, I can save the map in a lower resolution, and it shouldn't cause a problem. But my Chrome is, of course, acting up because it's Chrome. So let me show you the map that I was referencing. So this is the Sword Coast map that I found that somebody had made on Reddit. It's pretty fucking snazzy.
And we don't need the whole thing either. I don't think.
I don't think we're going across all of the.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure how far.
We're not going to the other side of the high forest or anything.
Yeah,
so.
no.
I don't think we're going to Icewind Dale.
No, I don't think so
What are
either.
you talking about?
The
Of course
most
you are.
north we're going might be the well.
Oh, the Wall of Dragons. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's in the mountains, but also like
We're not
I'll
going
have to
super
double-check,
far south
because-
either.
Yeah. We're not going to Rashomon.
one of two
we're
of
not
you
going
are in
to
the mountains
North
right
Pole.
now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the
rest of us in water deep.
Yeah, you see how it's just like
Eye
taking
of the
forever because
world.
it's a very large map.
It's a huge
But
map.
if you had something simple, you could you could make that. Let's undo that. Let's go to right. Let's do an article real quick, and I'll show you how to do the sorry, my Chrome is just really acting up right now.
Ange, do you want to add me as a DM, or what's the highest level that I can have?
How about we start with giving you guys access then?
Yeah.
I also am gonna load this up on Firefox so that it's a little faster. Oh, I see how it is. I load Firefox and then you start behaving because you're like, I'll do it. I'll be good. I promise. I'll be good.
Isn't that always what happens, though?
Fucking hell. Okay.
And when you're about to
Anyway,
close it, it's like, wait!
that's what I fucking thought, Chrome. It's not even on World Anvil on this. This is just Chrome being an asshole. Okay. And I don't feel bad about bad-mouthing Google. So, all right, so let's go. So with your, obviously you've got a huge drop down of stuff you can do. The advanced stuff is you can create custom calendars. You can make player characters because World Anvil does have features to run campaigns from World Anvil. You can have character sheets that have coded automatic dice rolling. It doesn't have animated dice, but it does pop up the math so you can see what happened. And they create, they have a couple of other things that you can do with it to make fun features for your players. But we're going to go into subscribers and authors to see who has access. And we're going to add some people.
Yeah.
I want authors. And we're going to add, because I asked everybody to give me their World Anvil users, and we're going to put you guys in. So we're going to start with Franz.
Yeah, make me a co-owner.
Yeah, so Franz is going to be a co-owner. I'm going to add
Oh,
you.
nice. Oh, so
right,
you can
so-
add co-owners too. That's awesome.
Correct. I really have no free co-author slots. What? Oh, it's probably because I have limits. Let me see.
I mean, so long as
That's okay.
Franz
They
is on
don't
there.
need co-owner.
No, we don't need it.
All right.
You can make them editors or like what are the tiers? Let's go through the tiers actually real quick.
Well, no, I'm saying that there are a couple, but I got to double check and see if
okay, we don't have any
it's
author.
across it. So I got to double check and see. It might be
I
a
mean-
fact of like across the whole account you only get so many, which I thought was weird. I thought there would have been.
I think it's totally fine if
Mm.
Franz is the one who takes control of this. I'm fine.
No,
I'm
but I
having
need
fun.
your help.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you guys involved as part of it.
It's like, no, please, I can't do more.
Please, I do so much. Episode 30 is rendering on my computer as we speak.
Okay. No. I see what's going on, and I will fix it. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm
Franz,
going
I
to
love
go
you
to a
so much. The
different-
panic in your voice, though. Just the pure GM panic in your voice.
Oh yeah,
please,
no,
God, no.
you know what? It was valid.
I know,
Oh,
I
no.
get that. As a fellow DM, I get that. Because even I have moments where my players say something, I'm like, hey, can you hand me the notes on what the fuck
Okay.
you just said I did?
So I went into one of my accounts and I went, "You guys are never gonna take notes," and I took them off.
enough.
So I've got two author slots for you. Who would you like to invite to help put some stuff together? It sounds like Gabby.
Quite frankly, Gabby Chelsea.
I knew
Just-
I was
Oh my
gonna go
God.
for that. I
Sorry,
knew that I was gonna.
y'all.
It's almost like I have a giant thing,
I-
a giant notebook in front of me full of notes.
I
Crazy.
do other things for the stream.
Crazy.
You do
Oh, yes,
so
you
much
drop
art.
I
all of
contribute-
the
We
art.
love all of the art.
I have more NPCs to
And
draw.
I am
think.
dead
All-
weight.
It's fine.
All of
No,
this
you're
is just
not.
your notes. You're not. Stop it.
You're alive now.
Dead,
We fixed
huh?
it.
Yeah, you're not dead weight.
Spoilers for Dragon's Crown will be discussed in this episode.
I have
All right.
months worth of notes in here, so we'll see what happens.
30
I'm-
episodes worth even.
So
no,
one
I
thing-
didn't. I was bad and didn't take notes on a couple sessions, but it's fine.
One
It's
thing I need to warn you about, and it's partly because I always jump around everywhere. Be very, very conscious of what world you're in when you're doing stuff, because it will be whatever world you last clicked. Like I went to a different campaign to delete users, and then I refreshed my page, and it was in that campaign then. So let me make sure I'm in the right section. Okay, so we're making Chelsea's gonna be a writer, and we're gonna make
Tis I, the Frenchiest fry.
Yep, and then Gabby.
With the blabby.
Yours is just Blabby.
Literally just blabby with the EY.
Alrighty. Blabby. Make Blabby a writer. Okay. You have the option to make someone an advanced writer, which really just means they so let's go over it. A co-owner has access to everything, including configuring the world, the CSS, and having access to security permissions. So who gets access to what? The writer can access articles, can create articles that have that are set to draft mode after they finish. Editors and above can then manage and organize and publish those. We can make them editors if you want them to just be able to publish things when they're done. The advanced writers can access articles regardless of being a draft or not. It just gives them publishing rights, basically. I'm gonna do that one, so you guys can put
make
things
them
live when you're
advanced
done.
writers.
Editors get access to everything, so like if Gabby starts working on maps and stuff, you can make Gabby an editor, and then Gabby can make edits in
Yay,
addition to
yippee.
articles. All right, So you guys are now access. What should happen now is if you log into your World Anvil or you refresh your screen, you should now be able to go into Dragon's Crown as a world.
I am able to.
Awesome.
I changed my icon on World Anvil.
Delightful.
Everyone
So
can guess what it is.
what
Is it your little guy? Is it your baby girl? Is it Carlon?
The one we're looking at right now.
Your baby girl.
Hey, girl.
I love
Ange.
him.
yeah.
How do you get to dark mode?
It's
God,
default.
please.
All right, hold on. Dark mode is, I believe,
You guys don't have
in-
dark mode?
in your account. So if you go to the top right and click your manage your
you.
account,
It's so
you can go
bright.
into interface, I believe. Hold on.
I like I can see how much
Yes.
paler Chelsea has because
It's
not on
so bright.
If you go into interface, I
Oh,
use
thank
the
God.
Mariana Trench interface, which is dark gray, but there's also a dark blue called Terror from the Deep, which is
I
a
think
little
I use
which is a
Terror.
little
It's so
more
bright.
what
I just need to be
World
free.
Anvil stuff is. They
Stop
also
it.
have an old version called Villains, which I no longer use because it's deprecated.
Please.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Relief. Sweet, sweet relief.
What's also really nice
Hashtag
is
dark
you
mode
have
for
some
life.
options if depending on what you prefer. There's different types of editors, text editors. So if you prefer to use BB code, like if you're from like old forums and stuff, you can do that. That's all the straight bracket codes to make things bold and
Oh, that's so cool.
Or you can use
Yeah.
Plato, which is their WYSIWYG. In case anybody doesn't know, WYSIWYG stands for "What you see is what you get." It's a it's just it's like if you were in Word. Like Microsoft Word is a WYSIWYG editor. It looks like what the document's going to look like. So I'm going to save it as that. All right. So the simplest article that you probably would benefit from using for your articles is the session report. The session report article type has so what's really, really cool about World Anvil, even if you don't use every single box that they have available to fill things out with, it's really, really good to get your brain into an organizational mode of like, what kinds of information are you going to share? So the things that a session report has is the date of the session. If you have a certain campaign, you can select the campaign. Related characters, so if you want to keep track of your party members, or if there were certain NPCs that were featured in that campaign, you can add them in a list.
We used that for Countless Heroes, didn't we?
It was how we kept track of who was in which sessions.
Yeah.
we had such a big cast, and like all of us but Franz were all in that.
Yeah,
plus,
as
like,
it was
what,
since it was like
6 other
West
people?
Marches inspired, we had a constant rotation.
We all had access to our pages. We all got to fill them out however much we wanted. I did mine
yeah.
a lot. Which means that they're fully filled out.
Heck yeah. Then there's related plots. And what's really
That's
nice
so
is a
cool.
few years ago they added the ability to, if you don't have something in the drop down, you can make one. So like, oh, I need to make a plot, so I can make a plot. Plots are we can go over plots as well, but plots are like story arcs. If there is a certain story arc that you're going to pursue, like say there's a certain bad guy, or you have a MacGuffin you're looking for, or there's like a certain path in your campaign, you can make it a plot, and that way it's kind of its own little discrete object in your wiki that you can link to and reference, and it's not just going to be found amongst all of your session notes. It's going to be like its own thing you can talk about. Let's see, and then the primary and secondary location. This really drills down into if you are running a like pen and paper campaign, because it's rewards. So like, what kind of loot did you guys get that session? You could mark it down if you guys were getting certain magic items. Missions or quests that you completed during that session, you can enter that. Characters interacted with is going to be your NPCs typically. Created content, I think, is kind of general, like if there was things that like canon you guys created while you were doing it, or other things that happened. And then related reports, if it's a continuation of a story, or like say you interact with someone in one session and then 20 sessions later you come back to their story, you could mark that other session report in here to be like, oh, if you want to know more about that, you can go back to this episode.
Oh, that's
and
so
then any
helpful. Oh my
notes or
God.
extra material you can have in there. So that's really basic stuff. That's your content. Sections are like if you think of the page itself, there's the top area, the main article, there's the side panel. You can control what's in that in those areas besides what's in the content tab. So let's see. I'll show you a really basic concept. So let's say rewards granted, a buttload of gold. You got
we did get that.
And that is accurate.
That's accurate for this campaign.
We did get that one.
Named
50K of golden jewels. Oh my
Bing-
god.
That could
Bing Bong
happen.
lives.
So we're gonna, and I'm gonna, again, I've moved it to the like WYSIWYG editor so I can see what I'm posting, like with bullets and stuff.
That's news.
Some self-respect. Okay,
Some self-respect.
We don't got that. That's
We
fine.
don't have that.
killed all the dragons, took all their crowns. Okay.
That's the goal.
Man,
Characters interacted with,
A bitch.
Baby girl.
some hot asshole. Actually, I'm gonna add probably a vampire.
I don't think you guys have spoken to any vampires.
I don't
yet.
think we have.
Isn't it
If
not
we
a
have, I'm not
campaign?
aware.
Listen,
Not
a
this is
campaign.
pure. This is
I
pure
mean-
conjecture for the sake of filling out the article, so it's fine.
unless it's
I'm
just
has
making
a
clips.
secret from Freya.
An old man that Jay wants to romance.
Oh wow.
There haven't been.
Not yet.
Yeah.
And Strahd.
I mean,
God.
I keep saying if John dies, I have
Over
a
my
DILF.
dead
I have a
body.
You
DILF
do.
character.
You have said that multiple times.
If John dies, I have a DILF character in my back in
Locked and
in the
loaded.
trunk. He's just in the trunk. I just have to unlock him. Old DILF Dragonborn.
That's really funny that you think I'm gonna let John die.
Look, we're here to
thank
talk
you
about
for-
World Anvil and
No,
rib
thank
about
you
John's
for
choices.
thank you for reminding me that another
That's all we
related
ever do.
episode shall be John dies at the end. All right.
No,
so-
listen. Everyone needs to go watch episode 30 of Dragon's Crown because
It's so good.
The
this
seeds.
is really relevant, oddly
the,
enough.
the seeds
Yeah.
of chaos. They have been planted.
They have been planted. I'm very excited to see what Jay does with the seeds that Gabby gave.
So here's a preview of what the article looks like. So it automatically fills it out with just bullet lists with
The
the
one where
titles.
everyone died.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just an example. Now session reports are really bare bones in terms of what you have access to filling out. Character articles have a shit ton of stuff, and things that specifically auto-populate in the right column. You can put all sorts of content in there. You can link to maps. You can link to pretty much anything in World Anvil. You can make like a text link or an embed link usually, and put that in the right column if you wanted. You guys can decide how you want to display this stuff because it's anywhere from you filling this stuff out meticulously, putting it in paragraph form, or just copy pasting someone's notes is also completely valid. And you can go back into those notes and like tag character names and things like that. If you have articles made for those, you can have people do that. My favorite thing to do is not just making character articles. I like to make what they call variables. Variables are like discrete little defined things that you can have pop up if you hover over a text link. So
Ooh, I love
like
those.
if you don't want, there's an option to have a preview show up of the article you might click into if you put a link in, which is useful sometimes, but it can be a little overwhelming to have a whole other article pop up if that's not really something you need. But if it's a simple concept in your world, like the best example I have right now is like in Countless Heroes, we had air shale. If that is a thing you don't feel like making someone link to every single time, you can define it as a MacGuffin-y substance that people use to do XYZ, and that is what pops up as a little hover text if you hover over the word air shale
Love that.
in the article. So you can do that really, really simply if you don't want to constantly be linking someone to other articles.
It's like adding a subtle footnote in a way.
Correct.
When
No,
you're
it's exactly what
yeah.
it is. So that is
I love
something you
that.
would do in the variables area. And what's really, really nice is if you ever have any questions about how anything works, there is a lot of write-ups from World Anvil. They have a lot of articles about how to do shit in the system. So if you ever wonder, just Google World Anvil and how to do something, and you'll probably get linked to their workbook on how to do stuff.
From what I've seen when I've looked up stuff for World Anvil, they do a really great job on making sure the community understands how like parts work to make it accessible for the whole community to use.
Well, because they want it as robust as possible, but also not something you'll drown in. So they do their due diligence to try to make as much documentation as they can.
Plus, this is something that you don't have to use every single tiny little feature on as well. You can just use with what works for me, from what I understand.
You can choose to make this as complicated or as simple as you want, which is great.
I'm a basic simple bitch, so you know.
So if you guys, but that's the thing, if you have like factions, you can make organization trees and relationship trees for factions if you want to show like, oh, we aren't really in good with the Thieves Guild. You can put like a angry sort of relationship with the party.
In our case, 2 of our party members are members of the Harpers, so that's really, really nifty.
There you go. And that's something that is useful for variables as well. Is useful for the variables feature because there's going to be so much in your game that references WotC material. You can choose to do one of two things. You can either make variables that do very basic definitions of, say, what the Harpers are, or you can do external links that go to some other, whether it's D&D Beyond or something else. You can have it go somewhere else and be like, if you want to learn about the Harpers, you can go there, but like, here's the basic of what they are. So you could make an article that is all about I would honestly recommend you make an article that is the factions that we are dealing with in our campaign, that you just put a paragraph for each of the big movers and shakers that you're dealing with.
That seems like something that is useful for this campaign in particular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's so many little things that we deal with.
There's a lot of moving parts. Like for Dragon's Crown, we know with the Cults of the Dragon, there's a lot of we don't know them all, but apparently there's some different offsets of even the Cults of the Dragon, which is a whole fucking.
There's also been different iterations over time,
and the factions are a part of it too, Harpers and
the factions themselves.
And
so that's definitely helpful for us as I've helped. Let me rephrase that. It's helpful for me with my ADHD as well. You know how good I am at taking notes? I only have 3 pages of notes in our entire 30 episode.
Oh my god.
So
I was real good at taking notes for a while.
Here's where we can walk away from this with something functional for you to do. The to-do list. You can make basically a little template that's like, you got to make this article, and you can tell what kind of article do you want to make, and then it just becomes a to-do item, and then you can work on it. So let's say a factions list. Factions of the Sword Coast, we'll call it.
I was about to say coated.
And then you could, again, this is where it comes into, you can make it as complicated or as simple as you want. You can do an individual article for every single organization, which if you have enough information that is your own information, sure, go for it. I find it easiest to just do a general article, and put that information in just the top box and format it for yourself, but go look at the organization article template for ideas for what kind of information you want to provide. So we'll make that a high one. What other information, and this is a question for Franz and the players, what other articles or information do you absolutely think are vital for, just to start off with, for you guys or for the viewers? What do you want to prioritize?
For sure, just NPCs, because we have quite a few people that we interact with or talk about a lot of times,
So
that may not be on screen.
Okay. So
A lot of moving parts.
yeah. So we can have. Maybe we want to do a major NPC. Okay.
Especially since like we have some that are like they're from the book, but they're different, or they're way more fleshed out, or
Yeah.
Cough, cough, Carlon.
Carlon.
Your baby girl.
Carlon has 3
It's
sentences
so bad.
total.
in the official book and wiki.
The
He doesn't
wiki's
even have a
so bad.
description, other than there is a Harper tattoo on his forearm.
It's
How
bad.
do you spell Carlon? C-A-R?
Carlon.
You got it.
I got it right. So I'm
Like,
gonna add Carlon as an example. It's gonna say major NPCs, and if you click the Carlon link, it's gonna immediately take you to the draft article for you to fill out. But it's a to-do item, so it's something for you to do. Any other big articles or any other specifics that you want to make sure you cover?
I was gonna say relevant deities, but there's really only 2.
Okay.
3.
3.
Don't
To
forget
be fair, we
Bahamut.
haven't interacted
that's
very
right.
much with Bahamut or outside of like
I've
one
interacted
person.
with a follower of Bahamut a lot.
That's
the, rest
the
of you
one
do
person
not
I'm
mind it.
referring to, Jay.
Oh yeah, you've interacted with him, all right.
Oh my God, Jay!
Jay has interacted with quite a few people in this game so far.
Interacted.
You know, Freya still
eyebrow
has
wiggle.
the
Freya
trophy
does
for
win
that one.
that though. That's true.
Interacted
Wait,
with
Freya has the
just
highest
one
body count?
In the
Yeah.
just in the active
job.
campaign, yeah.
Good job.
I think also just like killed the most people so far too.
Yeah,
Yes.
both
Probably.
versions of body count. It makes sense.
When I
Um,
say interacted with Wink, like, and also interacted with Wink, I've killed them, both won.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Not the same one, I hope.
Both major
Oh,
same one.
NPCs.
That's nice. Good for you. Just so you know, since I did make a Bahamut article now, the character template has a tab that is a little deceptive because it looks like it's the religion of the character, but what it actually is this character is a god. So fill this area out if this character is a god. So there's a divine/deity tab in the character area which says the church or cult that worships them, the realm that they inhabit, the type of divine creature they are, the domains they inhabit, artifacts that are related to them, holy codes and books, divine symbols, all sorts of things like that. So that stuff can all be filled out for Bahamut in your interpretation. So there's a Bahamut article, but you don't have to worry about that article if you're talking about just like a normal person. When I first saw it, I was like, oh man, they're really getting in there on the religion stuff. And there are articles for religious orders. You don't have to fill that all in per character. What else? What other articles or what other kinds of content? You guys have any like important magic artifacts that you're dealing with or that you have possession of?
So yes, the players don't have a lot of knowledge about the like big things that we're going after. You guys
The
just
crown.
learned about
The eponymous crown.
the eponymous crown, the titular crown.
There you go.
No, fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's the thing that Resmir had. One moment.
Raspberry had a thing?
You're talking about the sword?
The sword?
No, the helmet.
Oh, the helmet!
That's
Oh, the helmet!
Right. I forgot
We
that
were
was
really
a thing that
distracted by the
was-
sword that was actively murdering party
Yeah,
members.
with the thing
Yeah.
that killed some of us. Yeah.
We were very,
The
very
sword was just a
distracted.
sword.
We were very distracted by
moment.
the darkness spell, the
I
red
think-
wizard.
I think it was less the sword
Black
and more
Dragon
the
mask.
extra angry damage. I think that's what we were more distracted by.
Mask. Okay.
Did you just describe necrotic damage as extra angry?
It was because
damage?
she was angry. I know what I said.
Amazing. I love it.
I know what I fucking said.
And the acid spit. It was a bad
That
time.
was bad. That was a bad
The
time.
helmet was at the bottom of the list of things we were worried about.
We all forgot every bit of that information gone.
Well, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything.
No, say something.
Okay.
You can say something.
Yeah,
It's
that's
totally
fine.
fine.
Totally spoil us. Go ahead.
Also,
No,
a
that's
lot
fine.
of stuff happened
You'll
in the
figure out
past
next time you see
session.
her. Maybe Friday you'll see her again.
I'm gonna
and
kill her
we'll see
next time I
happens.
see her is what's gonna happen.
You leveled up once.
I'll kill her. It's
Chill
fine.
out.
Okay, but the difference is that we have full shit. We didn't have our full stuff last time.
Yeah. You know what, Rhiannon, you can kill her. John's
Thanks,
not
I
allowed
will.
to, but you can
Thanks.
do it.
John's not allowed to.
John was told no.
I think
so
John
Rhiannon
should
can
kill
do
his
it.
enemies.
I think he should be
agree.
good and not destroy the entire
I think
world.
John should get worse.
No.
Oh Lord. Oh,
Raise
one
your
of-
hand if you think John should be worse.
You can't see Francis, but it's fine.
3 against 2. Sorry, Chelsea.
Petunia is
Sorry,
not
Jake.
raising her
Shit.
hand, so you've been outvoted.
Oh, damn it! Don't throw Petunia in my face.
We will always throw
Petunia!
Petunia in your face.
Okay, so here's what
I
I'm
don't
gonna
care.
Here's what I'm gonna do. One of the other things that you guys should have is like PC articles.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I'm
For
going
sure.
to upload
I love the
Jay's
Petunia made
artwork.
you think of that.
We
Well, I
love
was-
Petunia in this house.
To be fair, I was going for the pictures already, but you mentioned it, so I was like, oh yeah.
We love and support Petunia in this house. Oops,
yes.
Petunia all the time.
The only reason y'all don't want me to die is just so Petunia
all
can stay
Petunias.
around. That's the only reason.
No.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
No.
Yeah.
I know you fuckers. I know you all only want John alive so that way Petunia can stay cute.
I mean, I want John to be alive because I do. Chelsea likes John.
Oh my god.
No one should like John. John's an asshole.
I like John. Fuck
Well,
you.
John likes him anyway. What about it?
I know Val does. I mean, John kissed them, okay? They
I would
kissed.
fucking hope that they like each other at least a little bit.
All right, here's what
I can
I'm
see what's
doing.
happening.
That's just ran on the whole time.
All right, I'm gonna drag
guys,
in
can we
all
fucking
the
get it together?
pictures that I believe are of purpose, including variants of characters. Because you
Oh,
can
wow,
include them in your
John.
articles.
Rhiannon,
Yeah, you can include them in your articles. You can say like what they looked like before they died.
Looks to
Before
Freya.
they died and were resurrected by a necromancer, if they, yeah.
All the petunias.
I haven't seen all the Petunias.
Petunias.
Oh my
Alright, so-
Oh god, shit! They've only seen 2 of the petunias.
We have only seen two of the
blue one.
Petunias.
The one. No, they can see the blue one. I fought so hard for that one to be correct. I don't
Aw.
understand the trials.
It kept coming out purple.
Oh, buddy.
I don't know why.
I am forgore about again. I have been forgotten about again in this moment.
No, I'm not. It's just it's not uploading more
Where
than
is
2 at
Rhiannon?
It's not uploading more than 2 at a time. So I'm trying
you
to
are.
get them in there. There you go.
Thank you. I was like,
and
I
then
got
I've
forgotten about
got
again.
one, and I've got glasses version, and I got hat version, and I got
Our disguises, our great disguises.
yeah, I got long
we
hair
did our best with the
John and
situation that we were in,
dark hair
okay?
John and was alive Freya. Not alive Freya. Oh, there she is.
Started there. Right there.
Well,
She's
it was-
alive
because-
again. Hold on.
No, she's dead. She's still dead.
So
She's
just so
dead.
you know, I have 3
dead.
files saved here for Petunia Blue Original, Petunia Blue Final in all
Oh my
caps because
God.
I finally
That's the
it.
one that I uploaded was Petunia Blue.
You were losing the
Final.
fight.
yes. But her name is also in all caps. It's Petunia Blue Final.
Blue
This is-
Petunia's so cute.
It's like
oh
I
my
will
god.
turn this campaign around, and then
I just want to say,
last
getting
one,
Petunia as an add-on to my
It's so
Rain.
good.
was the best fucking surprise ever.
It's so good.
That was the best.
and then
Plus,
I'll add Daisy.
Here's the funny thing: is that on our Discord call,
Daisy!
we can't see the
Can't see
frames.
it at all.
So when you at home watch me give Petunia kisses, all that everybody sees is me kissing the air next to me.
Beautiful. I love it.
And I have to play the
It's-
guessing
it's
game
beautiful.
of where Petunia is. Or sometimes my cat, because my cat sits on the
That's
exact
very true.
spot I will just kiss my cat, and that's me kissing Petunia.
It's my favorite part of the session. Is when you give Petunia kisses. Because it's just fun to watch happen.
Look, I love her. Making
We
Petunia
all
was
love
probably
Petunia.
the best thing I ever did with this character.
I love Petunia.
But
Nothing
Petunia-
bad can ever happen to her, okay?
Well, maybe not a third time.
We're just gonna ignore the other situations.
Gamers, I was
Yes.
debating on whether or not I wanted to say this.
Oh.
Last session on Friday, episode 30,
Uh-huh.
I was editing that today,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't realize how much of that I fucking made up on the fly, if you'd believe it.
I'm so proud of you.
Of
Nice.
what?
Very good. Like,
Wait,
what
that
happened in
session?
session?
That in that session, almost all that session I made up on the fly.
You did
Yeah,
phenomenal, because
nice.
we could not tell.
Oh my god, the whole druid circle and the transportation thing, the whole library scene.
You made that up?
Yes.
What?
You did so good! What the hell?
Thank you. I
Great.
made up like 90% of that thing. The
Oh,
whole
Couldn't tell.
So something happened. The first thing that went wrong, well, not wrong, that went sideways was that like Kazna's lab was supposed to be in the place where they got the magic items, but like somehow the wires got crossed. Like, okay, we gotta go there. And I'm like, okay, well, okay. So now I just had to like the whole thing just spiraled out of control from that point.
Yeah. So we had to go back to get Freya's shit.
So I have a fun surprise
So
for all of
good.
you. One,
Oh, dear.
one
Yes.
little decoration detail that they allow you to do in World Anvil is use icons next to your article titles, and they
Oh my
include
God.
font awesome icons and RPG awesome, which is
Oh,
a
I
different
love
version.
Font Awesome.
But RPG awesome has a bunch of really fun like gaming specific things, so we can try to find ones that fit your characters. So like there's
I know which one I want.
want.
I know which one I want on
Which one
Font
do you
Awesome
want?
already. I'm going to go get it.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
god.
get it.
Send me.
I know Font Awesome.
Yeah, just send me the or actually, you can just tell me what am I searching for.
I'm trying to
I
remember
can-
what the name
I
is.
can pull it up if you need.
Is it just the regular one, or is it also pro stuff?
Any of it. They have up to 6. Up to
Okay.
Font Awesome version 6.
I like the duotone moon and stars.
Shocking.
Of course you do.
Is that not appropriate?
This
It
one.
is! I
Yes,
assumed
that
you were
one.
gonna say something with the moon.
All right, so the duotone.
Yes, I knew there was
one.
the one. There was the one with the little stars on it. I like that one a lot.
So
cute. It's very cute.
What's nice is when you go into the article area, and you add a new one. So let's go into protagonists, add an article. We're just gonna put Val, and then we're gonna make it a character article. And then once we make the article, I did add an. So when you click on it, there is an area that says icon, and the code is FAS and then the code. So I want FAS. See if that works. Yay! There you go.
Yes.
So
look at
Val has
that.
this little icon on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
There's a Hydra
Yeah.
that's a dragon. Looks like a dragon with 3 heads.
Hey,
you
we'll
want
use it
that
for the
one?
campaign. We'll use it for the campaign.
Use it for
There's also
John.
2 dragons.
2 dragons.
Yeah,
Hell
there's
yeah.
2
RA
dragons.
2 dragons.
Double dragon.
RA
Other
yeah.
thing that is kind of fun to establish from the start is your theme, which is always very fun to do. There is a themes reference article, so you can kind of pick what you want. With the Sage account, you can do a shit ton of customization. My favorite example for that is the Final Rites world in World Anvil. I did so much customization on it. Let's see if it'll let me show you. Dragon's Crown. Don't want it. Only be it. This is what I made Final Rites look like.
Whoa!
So Final
Oh,
Rites
shit!
is really fun. I really enjoyed it. I miss this game so much. I've been meaning to try to get people to come back for it.
That That looks dope.
Oh,
That's
I can
so
hear
cool.
duplicates because I have our Twitch feed in here. So why am I hearing me talk? I've gotten a little better since then, but I actually made this this border. This is something I made out of a bunch of images and stuff. I put like devils in the background. I found this really cool like fake stained glass. That was neat.
Not me trying to scroll down on my Discord server, just trying
so
to
you
look
can
at
see
it.
more
so
of
many
it.
times.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a bunch of themes you can mess around with and pick from. There's a bright fantasy. Personally, I'm like you guys, I'm a big fan of dark mode, so I tend to go for a dark theme just because it's easier for my eyes. But there's a bunch here. So you've got a bright fantasy. There's like sci-fi looking ones. There's Rust in Peace, dear Lord. Let's see. What I tend to look for is less what the theme is and more what the color scheme is, because you can always change the background and you can change the fonts. So it's just like what's the general vibe that you like. This one's kind of cool. Dead House Sonata is one that I tend to go to. Oh, how about we do the Dungeons and Dragons one? Oh, the Dungeons and Dragons one has a light theme, but I do love the heading. There's a Ghosts of Saltmarsh one that they did because they did they did a stream at one point. The background's really cool. So many bright ones. World Ember. Let's do the World Ember one. The World Ember one's pretty
the
cool.
World Ember one, yeah.
There's also a
That makes
Stranger
sense,
Things.
too.
There's also a Stranger Themes one. View from the Den is like an eldritch horror.
I want to go back to that.
There's
other
a
one. That one was dope.
cyberpunk one that's really cool. What, the Stranger one?
No. Went up.
The
That one.
Yeah,
World Ember. Yeah, I think
Okay,
that
so
makes the
we're
most sense for this game too.
Yeah, so we're gonna do World Ember.
What a theme that is
I'm-
potential world-ending themed.
So I am so ready to just release my husband on the CSS.
There you go.
Jay will go
Yeah, I can do
insane.
it.
Jay
Yeah,
will
there's
go
a few-
insane.
There's a few rules about it. Yeah, Derek. There's a few rules about it. Like what you are allowed to edit and what you're not allowed to edit, but you can find all of that out in the World Anvil like documentation. They have rules. Basically anything that has user.css in the code is what you can change. They prefer you don't change anything else. But you can find a lot of stuff in World Anvil's Discord server. A lot of people do like troubleshooting. And if you know your way around CSS, you can do that too. There's a little paint palette here on the right, and that's where you can add custom CSS to.
I would imagine what they don't let you
pages.
do is the stuff that makes a page terrible to look at.
It's
Like
the stuff
I
that
don't
like
reverse
has.
text.
Well, like one of the things that they will let you do is like I've changed the homepage button. You can change where it is on the page. Like you can put it to the top and do a couple of different like fidgety things, but like they don't want you to get rid of like their documentation and footer, that kind of stuff. They just don't want you to get rid of the World Anvil stuff. Like because I've been messing a lot with ours in terms of like layout. But like you can add breadcrumbs, which I really prefer. Let me show you what I mean. Say we go to the Braith. So like up here you've got the go back to the home page, but then you can also see where you've been, which makes it easier to just navigate and kind of get your bearings on the page. That's something you can add with CSS. Yeah, I'm a little like psychic dude. That's the little icon. Okay. So who's next? Who wants to do another we have shot with arrows. As a picture. Yeah, where's the other? Oh, you said Hydra.
Well, you know, if Frey was still dead, I would have said the skull, but you know.
So meanies.
Wow. There's creatures, and animals,
Creatures.
which is probably what some of y'all need.
Let's do
We
like
are,
characters.
by the way, creatures and animals. We're making pages for all of the horses you abandoned.
individual.
that.
Oh my god, they should be individual articles that say like he had
Forgotten.
a family, he donated to charity.
I think I did abandon a horse at one point, but I did switch over to using a summon. Like I can cast like
You have a Pokemon.
create seed, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
But that was for Petunia.
That was for Petunia. That's gonna be my horse now, and I will keep that horse. Petunia is a mount. She doesn't need a mount.
There you go.
Listen, to be fair, when we left, I thought that we were going back for the horses, and my brother
We're gonna go back eventually.
died.
It's fine. You're alive now. Nothing happened.
Hey, I was thinking about it today. Lily can cast sending. Why doesn't she just send to her brother?
I don't know.
very
Because
true.
Brand is an idiot. Because here's the thing. The stat block I grabbed
She
for
has
Lily
sending to
didn't
me
have
twice.
sending on there, and so I didn't think about it. I just grabbed an NPC
fair.
stat block for her.
That's fair. And now we know. Now she knows. She can cast sending. She can send to her brother. And just be like, hey, we're alive. Don't worry about it. We're alive and definitely have been.
There we go. The
Hope you're
campaign will
doing
have the multi-headed dragon as the icon.
Yeah.
And what's cool is not only will it show up at the top, it also shows up here on the side panel.
Chelsea and I
They're
are
very
dead.
big buttons. These
Yeah.
editing buttons only show up for editors. They do not show up for normal viewers, so it's not going to mess up the website. It just looks
I'm
like
not
that
seeing
right
too
now.
much of the stuff. I think Chelsea and I are still considered just writers, so I can't see anything for me to edit. Unfortunately.
Okay, then you're fine. You're good.
Yeah, I can just add on
Um,
to the load.
All right, so
One of the-
let's
One
go.
of the icons is.
Yeah.
One of the icons is called Love Howl, and it's a wolf and a heart.
Ah,
That's very good. Does that go for
I
anybody in
just like that
particular,
one.
or you just like okay? So
I mean,
let me
you can
let me
make
give
an argument for
uh,
Freya, but
yeah, let me give you all the links to RPG Awesome and Font Awesome, and you can.
I needed the font awesome when I had RPG. I just didn't have
Oh.
font.
There
I
you
didn't
go.
realize you said that to me.
No, icons. Sorry. There you go.
Give
So
me
you just let me know. You just
open.
there's Death Stars.
yeah, they've got some.
It says okay.
stuff
I'm
there.
sorry. This might just be the nitpicky nerd in me, but it's labeled Space Station Moon. Excuse me. They explicitly state that it is no moon. Why would you use a moon as the title for the icon?
Oh, you know.
Anyway. Sorry.
Angela has opinions.
I step off my soapbox. Let's get there we go. Let's give you an actual nice layout. So how about just for now, I can work with Franz on making you guys a better header, but let's give you guys a header.
yeah. Well, hopefully we don't get too ahead of ourselves.
I'm gonna kick you out.
Stop it.
I'm gonna kick your butt out of this chat. No, we're not gonna
It's
do
a
that.
never-ending
Listen,
fun.
I can't listen, I can't throw stones. I'm do it too.
I was gonna say something.
Hour and a half,
unrelated,
Gabby.
I had
Hour
to
and a
think
half.
about it because I was like, this is gonna sound kind of mean. But I'm going. Okay.
Do
One
it.
of the icons on here is dead tree, and I was going to say because of like the forest and stuff, it would fit for Freya. Without adding the context of why I thought about it, I was like, dead
God.
tree, yeah, Freya. Hold on, she is alive.
She is very much alive.
It just felt like it fit with the forest. It is teeth, but it.
Could
Uh,
do that
sure,
one
Jay.
for-
Ooh,
Okay,
I've
Rhiannon.
got
That's
I've got a
fine.
great one for you guys. It'll work really
That
really
was
well
what I
with
was
the
thinking.
All right, so we're gonna go into the styling area.
Amazing.
We're gonna do the world cover is gonna be this. So
To help myself.
now it looks like this.
It's
There we go.
Ooh.
So now you have your
Ooh, I
cool
like
combat
it.
banner. Since you've got the reds and the oranges, but then also this purple, we might incorporate purple into your layout a little bit somewhere. What's also
Maybe
really
make
nice is
the-
they use Google fonts for their fonts. So if you guys find a header font that you really like, we can mess with that as well.
Ooh. Oh, don't tell me that. I can't
Well-
go through a bunch of fonts, Angela.
Well, we
That's
have
not
fonts
safe for me.
selected. Listen, we have fonts selected. I might be able to get your actual title font to
the
be your
symbol-
article.
The symbol's already bad enough. Don't tell me that.
I'm sorry. Little things that I'll talk to you about later, Franz, is you can hide the title of it, which is so dinky and small compared to this gigantic, awesome header that you have. You can also eliminate the writer's team and the created by if you just want to keep it really clean on the front page.
Okay.
But that's up to you. Let's give John, what kind of icons do you think make sense for John?
Oh, dragon! Come on, that's not
Sure.
even a fucking question. Something with the dragon.
You don't want 2 dragons?
2 dragons.
You could have 2 dragons.
You could have 2 dragons.
There is dragon wing, which I think would actually
Sure.
be really neat.
Okay, let's do that
Since
then.
Petunia does
I
have
like it.
wings now.
Let's do Dragon Wing.
I'm trying so hard not to sing the Dragon's Tail theme song. I want you all to
fight
know
that
this.
demon every time.
I'm trying so hard. That show
Don't
was
do
my
it.
life as a kid.
I love
Yeah,
Dragon
I'll
Tales.
do it.
Got John.
He's doing it. You just
I-
can't hear him.
I won't. Exactly. I won't do it with the mic live.
But I'll do it.
All by myself.
All by your little self.
All
in your
by
room.
myself.
That's exactly where I was going, Ange. Thank you.
Mhm.
We all knew that's where you were going, Gabby.
Do you ever regret the past year of your life?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Franz is regretting letting us join
Franz,
this
you've
game.
known me for the past 2 years.
What about Chelsea? What about you? do you like?
I'm looking
What
at a
would
couple, but
vibe?
I was looking at specifically the the Raindrops classic duotone
Raindrop
was the one that I was looking.
Cool.
Either that or like a lightning symbol, one of the two.
All right. Let's see. Raindrops. Duotone raindrops.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty.
yeah. And with Fran, I'm being a blood hunter. It makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks cool then.
Yeah,
All
they're
right,
not water
so-
drops. It's fine.
Hey. Oh, that looks cool.
Yee.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay.
I love the
Okay.
duotone ones.
All
The
right.
duotones are so cool.
John, I think the dragon head reads a little better. Their wing doesn't have a lot of detail on it.
I'll give you that. No, that looks great.
Let's see. Is there a There's also a dragon option in Font Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of
but
options.
up to you if
for
you,
dragon theme shit. It's great.
See if you like this one or not.
Take your dragon.
Kind of looks like a little. It looks like a little lizard, like a little snake.
Dragon. I don't do that tongue thing.
It really does look like that.
Oh my god.
It's very cute. And then what do you
I
think,
never
Jenny?
stop.
I know you don't.
I'm still looking, but is there like an animal paw?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That would make a
Claw
lot of
claws.
sense.
There's definitely claw ones.
Specifically with claws.
There's a crab claw.
No.
Perfect for
Um,
Freya.
Let's see. There's a flaming claw, which is cool. Then beast or animal.
There's one called Paw Claws.
That's
There's
a good one.
There's a paw print with claws on the RPG Awesome.
The paw print with
works.
claws makes the most sense, I think.
Cool, let's do that then. And these are obviously
cool.
very easy to change. If you ever change your vibe or you just decide you want to do something different, it is 100% easy to do.
Sword.
There you go. Paw print.
That
I just love Jay
That
very
works,
quietly.
that works.
Sword.
There's a sword one. I'm
Alright.
not gonna change it, but there's a sword one.
So, so what happens is when they're published in the main page, you'll see those icons. It's just another way of distinguishing your characters, which is a fun thing. Hey, Chris, welcome.
Hello.
Wait, what happened?
Also, if you see me looking up at God, my second screen is wall mounted, so don't mind me.
Yeah, mine are like around. If I'm ever looking very far to the sides, because that's where your faces are.
Ah, makes sense.
If I'm looking down, I'm multitasking on building my own World Anvil stuff.
Nice. Listen, it's the rabbit hole that keeps on rabbit holing. It's fine.
Absolutely. I'm putting down
So-
information about one of Chelsea's favorite NPCs.
Delightful. That sounds very sincere.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight later.
So let's. Does anybody want to take a look at the character article and be the guinea pig?
I can do that. Let me take a look here.
John.
Yes.
Ooh.
Let's edit John's article.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
Is Petunia going to be a sub-article, or is Petunia getting her own article?
Is Petunia in the article or her own article?
I think honestly, if anyone's going to be a sub article, it's going to be John for Petunia. Considering that John is Petunia's familiar.
Correct.
Listen.
That is the correct way to go.
Yeah. I mean,
Every time.
So this is some stuff for Franz. If you're making an article for an NPC, you have some options for the type of NPC they are. You can make them fodder, which is a random maiden, barman, farmer in a field, guard, or background NPC. They could be a plotter, who is a reoccurring NPC that can stand with or against the PCs over an extended period of time, or a nemesis/villain, the villain and his henchmen, the monsters at heart challenging your players. So if you make someone a plotter, you end up getting a bunch of cool DM-only boxes that you can fill out. These are things that only you will see in the article. Things like, oh my god, likability. A lot of them are role-playing notes for you. Oh my god, coolness. What makes them cool? Are they Tom Selleck's mustache cool? Or are they a Muppet in socks and sandals?
Hey, mopping and socks and sandals can be really fucking cool. Looks to Gonzo.
So fears, desires, and then you have the basic facial features, speech pattern, body type, emotional state, sight, sound, smell, and touch features.
And then
happy,
this is still
sad,
NPCs
angry.
Related to the character, or is this related?
This is if the character sheet was an NPC sheet, you could select this as the author, and the DM would see it.
Got it. Okay.
I use this all the time, and I highly recommend, even just for an exercise, doing it for your for your PCs, which is the 5 senses. That it's not like they smell. It's what do you first notice visually when you see them? What sorts of scents are associated with them? What kind of sounds do you hear? It's always that, like, pull a detail out. If you're describing an NPC, you could do the same thing with your PCs, just to give a sense of, like,
I think
what is it like being around them?
Like, one of the first things that come to my head for something that is like President Snow from Hunger Games, how he always heavily smells perfumed of roses.
Mm-hmm.
That's to mask the scent of the blood that's on his mouth constantly.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that's so obvious about him. So I kind of understand that, of like, what's the smell associated with this character? That's a really great.
Absolutely.
I love character description stuff like that.
So, they've done a really nice job. You have basic stuff. You've got their presentation. That's a fun way to, they've done a really good job kind of recategorizing and refiddling with the character options. So, presentation. So this is the visual things about your character. Eye color, skin, fur or feather color, hair, height, weight, sex, gender, and presentation as in their physical appearance as it relates to their gender. So they've done a really nice job with that. Then they have the origins of the character, so their age, their pronouns, their species, their ethnicity, secondary ethnicities or cultures that they might be associated with. So that's really nice. And family, which would be extended family. You'd add other characters that you have articles for. You could connect them in relation to each other. Oh my gosh, I don't think the kitty wants to be on camera.
Kitty.
What are you doing? Leave me down.
Look, it's Lily. She always wants to be on camera.
She just wants to be on camera on her terms.
No, it's really cool because, like, I actually have, for Carlon as an example, like, I have Carlon's, like, family line plotted out. Like, I know his birth order, I know who his dad is, I know what his dad's business is, like the state of the business currently.
See.
I'm a little insane about him.
That would probably be under that would be under the social tab, because there's an entire like paragraph section for family ties, and you could put their whole family area in there.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Other current things under generic information. The current state of the character, their religious beliefs or deity, their current status, whether they are like what they're currently doing, not necessarily living or dead.
Oh, okay.
Current location, so if there's a location article, a vehicle or what you're currently on board, if you're on a certain thing, where you currently reside, if you have an affiliated organization, any conditions you might have, alignment if you want to do roleplay stuff, or if there's any related prose. If you want to write some fiction for your character, you can also put that in World Anvil, and you can link it to the article. You can do circumstances of their birth, the date, the place, and circumstances of their death, the place, the date. Let's see. Naming has any special honorifics that they might have, family names, nicknames, things like that. Their mental tab has personal history, information about their gender identity, information about their sexuality, their education, their employment, any accomplishments or failures, any mental trauma, intellectual characteristics, morality and philosophy, known languages, like that. Physical conditions, body features, facial features, quirks, apparel. You can get very in the weeds describing your character on the character sheet. My suggestion in terms of making something, if you're going to fill out all this stuff, that's going to be probably more useful for the player to be the one that's like drilling down into all this stuff. To make something as accessible as possible, I would recommend not necessarily filling everything out, because you're going to end up with a ton of headers that might only have 1 or 2 words involved. So those are the kind of things that I would try your best to do more than just a couple words, like write a sentence or 2 to be more descriptive. And then let's see. So for a character sheet, you also have the relationships tab, which has parents and extended relationships. There's so let's say if we were gonna do, here's a good one. So this is always fun. Why don't we do party relationships? How you guys relate to each other, starting with John.
Oh.
Let's talk John and Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Val.
That's the worst one.
Actually, let's start with the easiest. Start with the easiest one.
Okay, what's the easiest?
Freya on.
No, Freya and John. They fucked.
Okay.
That's it. And the story.
That's very true.
As far as John is concerned. Now, if we're going to Freya to John, that's different.
So we're talking John to Freya right now. That is specifically what this is. So
they fucked in the woods.
That's hard to write in this particular format. So the question is, John is the blank of Freya.
Boy
Party
toy.
member? Boy toy. Okay. Sure.
Okay, but that's really yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
No.
You're gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong?
Freya is
Jenny's
the blank.
not accurate.
No. Freya is the blank of John.
I don't know. How would we describe this one, Jenny? Freya is the blank of John.
I mean, how would John
That's
introduce
up to
her?
you, bestie.
How would John introduce her?
Yeah, that's a good
This is
question.
Freya, my party member, my ally,
Pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass.
It said you can't.
Hold on.
All right. We have advanced options. We're totally doing the advanced options.
Oh no.
So, let's start with, and this is something that Jenny and Gabby can answer. What is John's displayed opinion of Freya? Now, your options are terrible to perfect. -5 is terrible. +5 is perfect. How does John act towards Freya?
That's
Publicly.
a complicated
Well, because the distinction here is showing what John shows Freya and shows the world versus what is John's actual opinion of Freya. There's two distinct options there.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. John and Freya have kind of duked it out like quite a few times publicly, verbally mostly, but always a verbal smackdown on John. It's not fantastic publicly, I want to say. Is that would you say that's accurate, Jenny? Yeah,
right,
so
we
like
can put it at like a -2. We can put it at
-1.
To be fair, Freya treats
-1.
John just about the same way she treats everybody else.
And how is that on a scale of -5 to 5? Not great. I'll say -2.
-1. Not outwardly antagonistic, but like not friendly.
Now, what are their
She
actual...
shits on him a lot.
Sure. On a scale of -5 to 5, what's their actual opinion of each other? It can be the same. It's just, it's interesting to have there be a distinction.
Same for Freya.
Okay.
I know it's not the same for Freya. I think it's like a 1. Like a +1 for John, honestly.
Sure. So you treat each other slightly shittier than you actually think of each other.
For Freya, it's like a +2 or 3. She sees a lot of potential.
All right.
She's just an asshole because she wants to see that potential.
All right. How honest is John with Freya? The options are subversive, which is incredibly dishonest, just dishonest, honest, or frank. Like very, very candid.
Dishonest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say dishonest.
How honest is Freya towards John?
Honestly, I think out of anything, she's more candid.
Okay.
She's
She's
just
frank with him.
Hurtfully frank.
It's very mean. Everyone is hurtfully frank with John.
The thing is, Freya is candid the same way that people have no filter, aka they're just saying the first mean thing that pops into their head.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's very true.
How important is John's relationship with Freya to John? The option is trivial, important, or vital.
See, that's what's becoming the interesting thing about the show is we're kind of doing deep dives on our characters.
I know, I love it. I'm about it.
What are the options again?
Trivial, important, or vital? How important is his relationship with Freya to him?
Oddly, this is Gabby like a little surprised at this answer. Important.
Okay.
You think so?
You think so?
Well, okay. Here's how John.
I know Freya's answer.
Here's how John kind of views it: is that she's important in the way she combats, but also she knows something, and he wants to know what the fuck is going on with her.
I will know your secrets.
Yeah. I mean, he's
This
kind
has
of
been really fun, not just for like showing off World Anvil, but like we are just really
Getting
tearing apart
insights?
this campaign.
Yeah.
One of the
Kinda
things
love
one of the things I really like about World Anvil is how in depth the level of questions are. Again, even if you don't, this is very similar to when you're writing or when you're GMing. There's going to be so much more thought and note taking behind the scenes than what you actually show the audience or the players. And this kind of is a prime example of that. That even if this stuff wasn't published, it's fun to get yourself in the headspace of thinking about this stuff. It's going to give you a lot of subtext and foundation to operate off of. Plus, you can torture each other with your answers. So Freya's, how important is John to Freya?
Vital.
Okay. I love it.
She needs him
There's some fun little drama happening.
in order to get her sister back.
Ah, I see. You both can go over this if you'd like at some point, but there's a relationship history section. And there's a nicknames and pet names area.
Pretty boy.
Pretty boy.
She always calls him pretty boy. I call
Love
her
it.
bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch. So they will each be their own.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, relationship reasoning. Jenny, you just kind of hit the nail on the head on that one. So John, so say that again. It was John is important for Freya to find her sister?
So Freya's patron has determined that she needs to influence John in a certain direction in order to make up her part of the deal.
Okay. Okay. There's commonalities and shared interests, if there's anything that they have in common.
Revenge for people in the cult, in a way.
And
Revenge
hunting.
against the cult.
I was gonna say
and
animals, but okay.
Recreational hunting. Animals not hunting. Okay. Any shared secrets between the two of them?
I mean, it's not really secret anymore. John just kind of blurted it out that they fuck, so not really.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think they have a shared secret.
He
Okay.
told Val.
Does Rhiannon know?
Rhiannon doesn't know.
What do I not know?
That they fuck.
That John and
Or
Freya
they slept in
fuck.
the they
No.
slept together in the woods.
No, it's just weird. It's just weird
Rhea
energy.
doesn't know about anybody sleeping with anybody.
No, that's just
Except for
weird.
Freya, like, and her.
Poor Rhiannon's just
Yeah.
like, what
She's
happened?
just here.
I don't want to know.
Rhiannon's just no, that's literally it though. She's like, I don't care what you guys do. Can we just focus? Like when we're not resting, can we focus? I don't care. As long as it's not gonna cause drama, I don't fucking care.
Failed step 1.
Cause drama. Fuck.
Any shared acquaintances between the two of them?
Like pre-campaign maybe, or
No.
no. I don't think
If
we
nothing
do.
of of like importance, it's not a big deal to.
Val and
No.
Rhiannon.
I was gonna say the
Petunia.
rest of the party.
Yeah,
Status
Lily.
boinked. I'm gonna fucking cry.
Legal status.
Okay. And then
I just noticed the legal status.
we're gonna and you have an option. Here's the thing. This is for DMs and stuff and players and things. You can choose to show the actual attitude towards each other or hide it, if you want. So there's like a fun level of like,
Ooh, that's
you
cool.
can
I
keep
love
it
that.
as a well. Say you want to establish it, but you're not ready to reveal it to the like. If you haven't
Yeah.
done something in session yet, you can hide it until
So like
it is revealed.
if a player character has a rivalry with like an NPC, but
Yeah.
and the player character still has the same thing, but the NPC actually has a much higher favorability towards the like I like that idea of
That's
keeping it a
cool. I
secret
like
so you
that.
don't know their true thoughts.
Now,
and
here's a
intentions.
question.
Yeah.
Can editors see the secret stuff, or is it only owners and co-owners?
Editors can see this. Actually, that's a good question. I'm not sure because they're not editors; they're just writers.
Because, well, that's fine. If you're just writers, then that's fine. Because, like, maybe certain
think-
NPCs have feelings for characters,
I
and
think
we're not ready to talk
co-owners.
about it yet.
That's the thing. You might want to just put that under storyteller secrets then.
Okay.
Because I believe so. There's a secrets tab, and I believe that those are only available to the storyteller and the person who wrote the article. I think.
It's Carlon, isn't it? It's Carlon has a secret crush on someone. I've already suspected it.
Figure
We've
it out.
talked
Let's
about
put
it.
together.
We've
That's
talked
Gab-
about it already.
That's Gabby Joshin.
So, good example of
A little bit.
If I can fix this.
Kasna, she loves
Who do you
Freya
think
so
has
much.
a Carlon? Who do you guys think Carlon has a crush on?
We've already said Freya.
We've talked about this.
Okay.
It would
Maybe
be
I was
so
talking about
funny if it's like
Leosin. You don't know.
Leosin has a secret crush on Rhiannon, we're dragging her into the drama.
No,
Please
God,
don't
no.
drag me to the drama, please. I don't want to be
That'd be funny. No.
God, does that
There
mean
is
that
a
Houston is only kissing Val so that he can get
Rhiannon,
closer to
there
Rhiannon?
are NPCs with secret relationships to Rhiannon, but it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
That's
That's
terrifying.
new.
That has me very worried. Excuse the
I
fuck
mean-
out of me.
He knows what happened in your backstory.
I mean,
and,
yeah.
like, he knows who those NPCs are. You don't.
I feel bullied.
Should I name
I was
the devil
forgotten and now I'm
after
being
Rhiannon?
bullied. I would like to have a name eventually,
Well,
so
issue.
yes.
Here's the issue: if I name an NPC, it's all over you, motherfuckers. Like, I love. Like, I will
You
create
get
a character,
attached.
whatever.
You
I will
get
still
attached.
man. Like,
Too bad he's gotta die. So
Oh my god.
maybe you can fix him.
I don't
So,
think that's.
devil?
I don't think that a horn devil.
A
I don't
horned
think it's
devil.
gonna
I
happen.
think you could fix him.
I don't think that's good. Raynon trying to fix. No.
Just do an Aaron, yes. I'm sure they're fixable.
You can try.
No.
You got a whip. You can redirect that energy. So, what other combinations of players do you want to do a relationship chart for while we're here? It doesn't have to be
God.
John and anybody. It can be another combination if you think there's another one that.
But John's so funny.
Oh, we bully John so much.
Alright, let's do-
Here,
you do
I was
John.
gonna say, here's the funny thing. John has very odd, has odd connections with each of the
You know
player
what?
characters.
Mhm.
Let's do John and Carlon.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I know.
All right, add a character relationship. We're gonna do Carlon. All right, so
Okay,
John is the
interesting.
blank of Carlon. Ally, friend, acquaintance.
I forgot I had to think about this.
Well, this is for Gabby, I think.
Well, John is the blank of Carl. I don't
So
know.
it's what is John to Carlon?
Carlon.
This
What
is
is
a Carlon
John to
question.
So I
Carlon,
guess it's a
this is a
question. I guess
Carlon
it's a question for Carlon then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a question
Yeah.
for Carlon.
Well, then what about Carlon to John? Carlon is what to John?
Yeah, because it's a So the counterpart is Carlon. What is Carlon to John?
Only fill this out if it's a family relation.
No, I don't
only
think-
if in all caps.
Only you cannot.
It's because it's only spouse and siblings.
You're not allowed.
Ally. John,
John
is the ally of Carlon.
ally of Carlon.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would agree. What about Carlon to John?
Let's say we're
John has
reluctant ally.
opinions.
Yeah,
Carlon's just
John.
some good,
I
Carlon's
think
just some guy.
reluctant ally.
Okay.
Reluctant ally. I
Sure.
would say.
Yeah, I would agree.
John was getting really bitchy last session.
Sure.
Yeah.
When am I not?
Was
So-
getting? I was about to say.
What is John's displayed opinion of Carlon?
It's like a
This is-
negative.
Like a -1,
minus
Okay,
2.
negative. Okay, we'll do -2.
You know what? After him
is-
sighing loudly at Carlon coming with us, yeah, -2. Maybe
What is
-3.
Carlon's displayed opinion of John?
I think it's 0. Like, I think it's just
Okay.
like down the middle. Like, he doesn't really feel one way
He's
or
nice
Yeah.
to
another.
Petunia, but like has
That's
Oh my
it.
god.
outward
That's
opinion towards
different.
John.
That's different.
Yeah.
Petunia gets her,
Petunia's
her
like a
own,
5.
her own
Petunia
vibe.
was
Everyone
eating
likes
gems
Petunia.
at one
Yeah.
point, and
Everyone
Carlon
likes
was
Petunia.
so funny to feed her more gems, and John's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
What is John's actual opinion of Carlon?
I'd say 0.
Okay.
What about Carlon's actual opinion of John?
John just doesn't have a healthy way to express his
0.
emotions.
Carlon is pretty
Okay.
straightforward with
Okay.
most things.
Mm-hmm.
So, if that's the case, then I imagine that Carlon is honest with John. No.
Yeah.
John?
Oh, John
how
is not honest to. Oh, no, Lily.
Now, are you dishonest or are you actively trying to subvert him? A reluctant ally tells me that you're not actively trying to.
dishonest.
Okay.
No,
Sure,
because
sure.
there's a reason. There's a reason. Because we have not still told Carlon the full story about John.
Okay.
I
Like-
forgot we haven't done that.
No.
Well, that's up to John to tell you guys.
Yeah,
I
John-
haven't been telling people.
So
It's up to
John has always been very avoiding the truth, like
Mhm.
edging the truth with Carlon.
Sorry.
That was not nope.
I
no,
know.
No.
I know.
Stop it.
No.
Stop
I'm
it. You
sorry.
nasty.
Like he shared, like, yeah, certain cult members killed my family and my village. He did not say that his family were.
You know, I'm
Cultists
pretty
and
sure
We're not
that
gonna talk about
Carlon
that.
may know, though. I'm going back through the episode, so I'll let you know. But I think Carlon may, at the very least, have an idea because of stuff you guys just say in front of him.
You just have very honest conversations around
because
him.
we forget that he's there.
Yeah, we
you're
might
honest
have
by
forgotten about
proxy,
him for a
girl.
minute.
I remember he's there, but like,
How
He's
important
gonna find out
is-
eventually.
How important is this relationship to John? Trivial, important, or vital?
Here's the thing: is I can't see the drop down menu, which is part of why I'm like thrown off.
Gotcha. Yeah, trivial, important, or vital.
What was this Carlon for John? Because I'm not sure.
I think trivial. I don't think you give a shit about him. You did dig him out of the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, John had stopped to help me dig him out of the dirt. He was not going to stop to dig him out.
No.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. To Carlon, so John is important to Carlon.
Okay.
I don't know why I would be important to him, but okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not you, so don't even worry about it. Like, it's not. John is not the reason why John is important to Carlon.
Petunia is the reason why John is important.
Oops, all Petunia all the time.
Is there anything, and instead of just going down this list, is there anything about Carlon and John that is important to get across in this relationship intersection?
Not
really,
necessarily.
no.
The fact that John helped dig him out of the dirt might be important to write down. Like,
sure, commonalities and shared interests. Carlon helped
not
dig
being
John
married.
out. Yeah, Carlon helped dig John out. Okay,
Carlon.
Carlon.
John helped Val dig
Carlon buried up to his neck in the middle of the road on the way to Waterdeep.
Carlon not being buried in the dirt is such a funny way to describe that. I love it.
It's a shared interest, not having Carlon be in the dirt. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna create this relationship. All right. Any other John relationships we wanna bully?
I want to know Carlon and Freya's relationship, to be honest.
No, it's secrets.
Oh, okay.
What about
We
John
can probably
and
do John and Val? I think would be fun. And
The
then
drama?
if there's any other features we want to look at before wrapping.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, let's do John and Val real quick. John is the what of Val?
Starting with the hardest question.
We can start with an easier one. What is John's displayed opinion of Val? -5 to 5.
You're expecting any of this with these two characters to be easy, Angela. It's not. None of it's easy.
Amazing.
This is probably the more complex relationship.
Sure,
Yeah,
but this
fun
particular
to do that
question is within the context of the game. What is the general attitude that John displays? Let's say currently. Doesn't have to be historically.
Because it does fluctuate.
Yeah, it's a current thing.
It's probably a 1.
Yep.
No,
that is displayed opinion. What about Val? What's Val's displayed attitude towards John?
5.
It's to say 4 or 5.
It's so high.
Okay.
5. Carlon called me out. It's a 5.
Yeah, what is Val's actual opinion of John? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
What
it's
is
a 4? The answer is a 4.
Okay.
Wow.
John's displayed opinion of Val?
It's a
John's
1.
displayed is a 1. The actual is a 4.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, big feelings, John.
Shut the fuck up.
No one but Petunia is a 5.
That's true.
No
That's
one but
so
Petunia
valid.
is a 5. There's the rule. That's the
fair
rule.
and
No one
valid.
does 5 unless they're married or
No,
it's
just
Petunia.
for John.
Oh, okay.
Just for John specifically, yeah.
Well, okay, no. Hold on, no. There is another person who has been referenced in the campaign.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But just that no
Yeah.
one has met.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There
Who the
is.
fuck? Oh, okay, never mind.
It's a 4.
I
It's a 4
remember
for
now.
a third reason.
There are 2 people on John's person's list that
They're
are
both
5
fucking dragons.
or dragon descendant.
What is John's
Oh, no.
honesty level towards Val? How honest is he?
You have told Val a lot more shit than you've told,
You've told
anyone
Val
else.
more than everybody else and way earlier than you told anything to anybody else.
Yeah.
So honest?
Yeah. Much to his.
Let me just say, Val strikes me as frank.
Towards everybody, yes.
Probably the nicest Frank of us
You
all.
can go
but
through.
yes.
You can, like you can go through all of Val's relationships. Frank's everybody. I'm on
Yeah.
it.
Literally had to spell it out to John how they felt about him.
That's my favorite.
Listen, and then how important is John to Val? Important or vital? Because I'm not even going to include trivial as an
He is
option.
vital for
Okay.
multiple reasons.
Okay.
It's complicated again.
Of course.
Yes.
It's the inverse of Freya's vital. It's really,
Uh-huh.
truly what it is.
What is John's? How important is Val to John?
Especially after this last fucking
I'll look
session.
away. I'll look away.
I'm just gonna fill it in. I'm just not even gonna ask.
What
Do I
did you
have to
make
ask?
it? What did you
Vital.
make it?
I assume. Listen, you wouldn't be all Twitter-pated right now if it wasn't. If the answer wasn't vital. I go by. Listen, I go by the McElroy rule, the Monster Factory rules of life. Middle sliders are for cowards. It's all or nothing. All right, so let's. Oh, I have to fill this out. What?
Oh, yeah.
that's
the
right. We have to
what
go
are they
back.
doing?
Oh, we
We have to
skipped
go
it.
back. What term are they
Yeah,
using
I
for
was
each
like,
other? You can just say ally for now, or it's complicated.
Ally. John would use ally.
Okay.
I mean, Val would say good friend, I think.
Good friend. Oh no.
That's the
Oh.
best thing
Val
that
would
John.
also say that about Freya and Non. Would probably call Freya their friend. I think they did call Freya their friend.
Look, relationships are hard for John. He doesn't know how else he would
Yeah.
fucking phrase it. Val is a very good ally.
Friends are a new concept to John.
It's a very new concept.
Ally,
Friends.
homoerotic.
Yeah.
They were the
Homoerotic
best.
ally.
They were the best of friends.
Oh my
just
god, they
friends,
were
nothing-
roommates!
Oh my
John is
God,
the
they were
roommate of Val. But in quotes, the roommate. All right. So, oh, they have some timelines as examples here. So, here is an example of a timeline.
Ooh.
In the beginning.
It's at the
Oh.
beginning.
Yeah, so you can create historical entries, so some shit happened. You can choose what so there's different timelines you can do, which is kind of fun. You can make a timeline that's like the history of characters. You can make a timeline that is just like what's happened in the plot of the set of the campaign, so you can differentiate between those if you want. You can there are a lot of options for significance, what the significance of those events are, and the type of event they are. That'll affect colors and icons that are associated with them. So let's do the Adventures of the Dragon's Crown. Some shit happened. It was important, and it was a disaster. So you'll see after. Oh, I gotta fill out the date. Oh, so one of the
Ooh,
things
we
you
can
gotta
make
do
a
is
separate cult timeline.
you can absolutely. Well, and that's the other reason.
Ooh.
That's the other reason that the chronicles are so interesting, because when you make a map, you can have different timelines visible on the chronicle. So you could say this is what's going on with the cult while this is happening with the party. So you could like show where things are shifting. One good example of that kind of thing is if you're doing like, say, a war map. Say you're doing like two different armies, and then you can show where battles happened, where they intersected, or where they were traveling differently. So it's kind of fun to do that way. Calendars we can talk about at some point, because that's going to be something that has to be kind of determined based on the based on how you're setting up your calendar.
Yeah.
So
I would
example.
love to go back through all of the episodes and
Mhm.
make a calendar.
Sure.
We handwave a lot of stuff, and honestly,
Yeah.
I kind of hate doing that.
I can also
use-
assist with that because I usually put, if we travel, I try to put like how many months, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I use a calendar for my pirate game because sailing takes a while. Calendars are one of those things that even though I really enjoy brainstorming month names and like different things like that, I refuse to subject my players to that kind of thing, to the code switching that has to happen when you do different months and days of the week. So what I do is if the world, in an ideal world, my calendar would be 12 months, every month would be 28 days, and that's it. And it's Sunday through Saturday, and it's January to December, and we just don't worry about it.
That's just
that is the easiest way.
It's easy. It's easy mode. I have literally yesterday revealed to my players that I have names for the months, and I'm like, don't worry about it. We never worry about it. I just tell you it's July 4th. It's
just
fine.
ignore what I just said. It's fine.
One thing that I need to utilize for if I run again is Curse of Strahd using a calendar, just because in our game we've had a lot go on, and then we had a moment of full moon awareness needed.
Yeah. And then also, like, we have only been in, I think, that world for, like, maybe 3 to 4 months, maybe 5 at this point. It's
Not
happened
even.
all
Not
very
even-
quickly.
Oh, not even close to that.
Maybe like a month and a half max, and even
Almost
that is
2
pushing
months.
it.
Yeah. Your characters have
shit.
been in Barovia for 2 months.
We took a
Are you
break. I
guys-
lost track of how long.
Are you guys in Faerun?
Yeah.
Okay.
For Dragon's Crown, yes.
Yes.
Because I'm
Faerun.
pretty sure that they have some of these pre-built.
They
Depending on what you're doing.
That makes sense.
I think they do have it pre-made calendars for certain worlds, like
Yeah.
for Forgotten Realms, because I know Forgotten Realms has like 10
Mm.
days for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
but
see
they're-
if I
They
can
have like
find
they have like
it.
events on an actual calendar.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I don't want to make a. Don't want a blank. So this is an example of World Anvil Codex is their like documentation. So this is their calendar section. Very important to remember, calendars are not a timeline. A calendar is literally the structure by which you put dates on anything. It is not going to have, do not put, this is the day that this happened, because every year it's going to show up on that day. It's a holiday if you put something there, or it's a certain event that happens yearly. So let's see, order of operation, making, let's see, is there a Faerun or a Greyhawk? I swear I've seen it. I'll have to look into it, but I swear I've seen like actual
We could probably find it
calendar
somewhere as well.
Structures.
I just tried to look at a Faerun calendar and gave myself a headache. So
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
There might
wild.
be a means to import calendars as well. That might be what I'm thinking of. That some people have made the calendars and you can import them so you have it. But that's going to be important for your timelines. You're going to probably want to at least, even if you don't have the exact date, you want to put them in the right order. So that they don't they show up in some sort of sequential order. Since people don't normally see this unless they have the guild membership, let me show you what a chronicle looks like. So we'll do so because you're dealing with actual written down pre-made campaign stuff, Franz, you could make a chronicle that is the Horde of the Dragon Queen or the Tyranny of Dragons, and you could put in the major events in the campaign and then kind of like play around with the other timelines and how they fit with it. Which one comes first?
So Tyranny of Dragons is the combination.
Okay.
So Horde of the Dragon Queen is the first book, and then
Okay.
Rise of Tiamat is the second.
All right, so let's do the Tyranny. Let's just call it Tyranny of Dragons,
Yeah.
and we'll say it's the 5th edition campaign. We'll just call it that. Okay. Create Chronicle. So what they have you do is they will show you like how to set it up, but the idea is you make a oh, this is where it is. Okay, the reason that I remembered is because the Chronicles have them built in. So, calendar template. Let's do Forgotten Realms calendar. And now it has your calendar all set up. Oh, fuck off. Fuck all of this. Sorry. It's a weird thing I have. The calendar's just, it's that extra level of abstraction that really prevents me personally from being able to function in stuff. Why are there 1 month? Oh, because they're probably they're holidays. They're like they're the high days. Yeah. But for example, just so you can see how that would be structured, what they do is they specifically say there are 30 days in the first month and then 1 day in the second month, and that there's a leap day, apparently.
Oh my god, that's a nightmare to look at.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay. And that's not a statement on World Anvil, that's a statement on the Forgotten Realms.
Nope, it's 100% the way that they made.
You see why looking at a calendar gave me a headache?
I just looked
trying to figure out what year this is supposed to be.
It's a circle. The published material is a circle.
So, and then they also have naming your time divisions because you can say how far apart these things happen. They go down to the second. So this is very normal stuff. Luckily, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, 365 days in a year. So those are all at least, thank God, functional. Oh, they just fixed this. I'm so happy. What unit of time should your timeline show? Minutes, hours, days, and years. I am a little bummed that they don't do months because personally all my campaigns do months. Like that's kind of the better span of time for me. But I assume days is going to be more appropriate for you guys in terms of when things happen.
Yeah, the thing is that like many things will happen in like a week and then we'll have like 3 weeks of travel.
Yeah, so you just have to say X number of days happen. When do you want it to first load? This is the date that it loads, not the first date something happens. If you have something you want as like the primary event date. Right now it's just set for the very first day of the year.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and see like when shit actually started.
Is this something that can be edited later?
Yes, this can be edited later. So we're going to leave that. So it's going to start on the first day of year 0. We can do a map. Let me see if I can find one that's not as fucking gigantic as the one that I found.
I'll make one, don't worry.
Yeah.
Map maker mode activated.
Delightful. Let's go with we're just gonna do a simple one. I'm gonna fix this here. I'm gonna do something very silly. I'm gonna pick one that is entirely not your map, but just something that is free and easy to
That's totally fair.
Oh, I love this.
Fix this
Let's just do Europe. It'll be fun. Your game takes place in Europe.
Woo! Pizza da pazza. I don't know. Well, I
what
fucked
was
up that.
What
I
was
don't
that?
know. That was Gabby trying to do a funny Italian accent and flubbing on his words. And
wow,
I heard pizza to pizza.
I was trying to go pizza da pasta.
Pizza de pizza.
Pizza to pasta.
Shut
I
the
love
fuck
it.
up.
No, I love it, and I love you. You're fine. All right, here's the default map.
Gabby can't word good. Okay.
Let's see. We're gonna do.
What's English? English is a bitch, is what it is.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Who cares? Who cares? This is me just finding a good.
I'm just still thinking back on how we were trying to figure out the damn relationships, and it's like, yeah, John has the most complicated relationships with
It's perfect.
player characters.
Yeah.
Very complicated.
Fun to discuss, but like not the easiest to define.
They're really not. They're really not. John doesn't emotion.
No,
John doesn't emote.
he could.
Well,
John emotes once.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
So
it's the joy of having a
here
charisma of
is-
7.
Here is what a timeline looks, or here's what a chronicle looks like. You've got your map that can move around. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different timelines going on at once if you want to have different stories. So you can have the party, you can have the main Tyranny of Dragons events if you want, you can have the cultists be their own timeline, you can just kind of show where people are. Good example. Let's add, so you've got a bunch of stuff here. You've got your map manager where you can change your maps. You've got the timeline managers where you can make your different timelines. So let's say the party, or we'll say adventuring party, create. And let's say cultists, maybe. That. Then images manager, so you can upload different pictures if you need. You can change the calendar, so can confirm you can change the calendar. You can go into the help and documentation if you ever need to learn how to do something. And the chronicle settings, if you want it to, like, what's your default map, what is your default article cover, what's the privacy, and what time it is, what the, yeah, stuff like that. So, let me give you an example. If you right-click somewhere on your map, you can create a marker. You can decide what the pin is. There's a bunch of different pins that you can pick from. This is the same issue as the font awesome thing. There's a ton of pictures. It's an axe. You can change what size it is. We're gonna say someone fucking died. And you can give a description. Like I said, someone fucking died.
He died badly.
It sucked. And in addition to that, you can link an article. So say we wanted to link to Freya.
She did indeed die
You
badly.
are so meanies to me, Angela.
Is it not a fact that it sucked that you died?
did die
And
badly.
while I wasn't even on camera,
I knew you were there. In addition to that, you can make tags so that you can find things. So if we say this is a personal event or a character event, or say let's say a PC event, that way when you make your item, what happens is it shows up on the page. You click on it, it pops up whatever you've written, and you have an article that you can click on. When you click on the article, it sends you to the article so you can read it. And then in addition to that, you can also edit this location. So you can look at the map again, you can mess around with it. Was something I wanted to do. General. Have a date for it? Or is that, oh, it's a location. Sorry. So this is a location, not an event. Let me edit the location. We're gonna say someplace. Where did Freya die?
Castle.
Castle Neratar and the Mayor of Dead Men.
Castle.
Castle.
Can't.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Castle.
I don't remember how to spell
Castle.
Neratar. I could check. I just don't
We're
remember.
lazy.
I also could check. I
Yeah.
don't want
Just
to.
literally
right
go to
now.
the other
So
server.
there. It's a castle.
A castle.
Wow.
So what you can do, it's near Paris. I don't know. It's not actually anywhere near Paris. Paris is like up here. It's fine. It's on a river. So adventuring party, you can add an event, create new event. Somebody fucking died.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Someone fucking died. You can use the existing, you can have the timeline, you can have it display a color, so you can have it all red. You can choose a custom icon from Font Awesome or RPG Awesome if you want. Say it, sure, it happens on the 15th of Hammer. You can go down to the seconds if you really need to. Each timeline has lanes, so you have 4 lanes you can mess around with. So if you need them to be separated, say you had 4 players, that would be very convenient. Thank you for subscribing, Gabby.
I realized I forgot to do that.
And then more importantly, you pick what marker on the map is where this took place.
Also, heads up, it looks like the stream's getting a little laggy.
It should be better now. Our number is better on my stream right now. Okay. So you now have a little dot here. So say I'm like somewhere else on the map right now. Say I'm over in Eurasia. But then I want to see, oh, someone fucking died. What it does is it zooms right into that section of the map and gives you a little summary of the thing that happened. So it's a nice, fun, dynamic way of showing events. Personally, I think the chronicles are amazing, and I highly recommend that's what you use once you have a map to use. It would be a fun way to display it. In addition to having the chronicle, you can have your session reports so you can do the episodes, but they can be linked in here. Once you have you can have the whole session, but if there's a particular event in the session that is important, that's what you put in the chronicle. Instead of putting the session, you put the actual occurring event that happened. So someone can just like kind of peruse the chronicle and see the most important things that occurred during your game. Which I think is probably for the average viewer, probably a more important way to do it than say, find out how session 4 went or session 25. It'd be like, no, they defeated
What do you mean
someone.
you don't want to look at each individual session notes? Crazy.
Those are for certain people. Those are for the players.
Hi, I'm people.
Hi, you're people. I know. So yeah, so you've got this basic layout of the chronicle here. Which it seems to me that the chronicle should actually be called the Dragon's Crown, but because then one of these will be Tyranny of Dragons and one of these is like what you're doing. This would be very helpful for you, Franz, because I think you can actually set one of these you could set the Tyranny of Dragons one to private. So only you see the actual like campaign events and where they happen, so that you know what happens in the timeline if there's some stuff that's like concrete.
Oh yeah, like what the cult is doing when these chuckle fucks are messing around.
Correct. You could have what's going on separately in other places when the party is doing what they're doing. Especially if you have things that are okay. Especially if there are things that are date specific, like historical things and stuff, you can add those. But for now, it's in Europe.
Good
luck fighting those Italian dragons.
Well, to be fair, Carlana is fantasy Spanish, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyone ever noticed that Spain kind of looks like a face in profile?
Yes, I have, Angela.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the nose is, but there's something going on. He's got like a deviated
You zoom in on the
septum.
nose and it's a smaller face.
He's got a deviated septum, though. All right.
That's awful for him.
Yeah, it really
All
is.
right, so I think that was a good overview. We have a lot we got to work on now.
Yeah.
Yes. That I can learn now.
So, and here's the thing. If you guys ever want to come, like, revisit this and have me show you how to do any features, I'm happy to do so. Because I'm a big champion for World Anvil. It is, like I said, as complicated or as simple as you want to make it. Because there are going to be people that want to get down to the granular stuff, that are going to want to go down to the very, very specific mechanic stuff. If you go look, so before we go, I will tell you the one thing that I recommend anybody who wants to check out World Anvil do is there is a discover button, which is very, very fun. You can find worlds, and what'll happen is you end up in a browser that you can see some of the cool fucking shit that people have made in World Anvil. You can see what's possible. You can get ideas for how to display things. Like, look at this. This is just really fun that someone just made like a neat view for how to look at their stuff.
That is cool.
And this person has like their own illustrations for different areas in their world. Ethnos is a whole, like, this is a whole RPG that someone has developed and put it in here. Beautiful work. They clearly have been messing around with the code. That there's like lots of hover reactions and things for different areas. And then there's just like some beautiful artwork that some people have used. Like, this is absolutely gorgeous, the work that this person did. And so yeah, so you can check out all sorts of things and people who have put a lot of effort into their world anvils that are very much worth checking out and appreciating. You can like articles, you can leave comments. One of the nicest things you can ever do to a small creator is to comment and tell them how much you like their work. Even if you don't end up using anything in their stuff, if you just find it really interesting, take a second to let them know, because it's amazing. Hi, Kyle. Welcome, Tavern Tales.
Hello.
Anyway, so this is some cool shit. I'm actually going to keep looking at this one. This one's really pretty.
It's really pretty.
So, you all have been absolutely delightful. Thank you for letting me show you around.
Yeah.
We're super excited. Thank you for finally like setting it up for us, because we've been meaning to do this for a while.
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't know what I'm doing in World Anvil, and
I'm sorry, I just like completely
This was so cool.
my brain
This was
melted
really
on this
fucking
one.
cool.
This was
With
really
the water
neat.
with the hand.
That's
Oh,
so
so
cool
cool.
looking. Oh, it's
Anyway.
a skull in the thing.
Oh,
glass.
and there's like
Sorry.
there's a hidden one too. Hold on, I want to see what this does. Oh, it's the menu. Ah, it's the menu. That's so cool. Anyway, sorry. I will put these links in chat if anybody wants to check them out, because they're really neat. But anyway, so let's close out with saying that coming soon will be the Dragon's Crown World Anvil. Like, for example, I will take advantage of being able to make a new URL for you. Because dragons crown nerdsmith is not an easy URL to
No.
remember. So we're gonna choose that.
no, and like one of my projects here is going back to the backlog of Dragon's Crown and getting that
Yeah.
up on the YouTube. So I'm gonna be like actually like,
Heck
sitting
yeah.
through and like rewatching all of the old sessions, which is going to give me psychic damage.
It already has.
Because like truly, like when we our first episode launched went live January 27th 2023.
January, really?
Yeah.
January. It was supposed to be January
January.
20th. We had moved it back because there was some like, weird stuff with the copyright. But like the lengths that like I've grown and like how much I've learned about producing and just like putting stuff together has like changed so much from episode 1 to episode 30. It's going to hurt me to rewatch those old episodes. But we stay silly. We're going through it. So it's gonna be really, it's good to have the World Anvil up is what I'm saying. So I can go in, I can just like record those notes and make those comments like as I rediscover them.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that the first thing that changes, I'm going to fucking look it up again because I don't remember where it is. I will change the name to be World Anvil /W/Dragon's Crown. Because, oh my god. Anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight. It's been a lovely time. Thank you for everybody who supported us with resubscriptions and joining us for the hype trains. And we will see you all for the next episode of the Dragon's Crown, which is on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hooray!
We're all biting at the
Thursday.
bit.
But don't forget Thursday. Thursday we
Yeah,
have
Thursday.
I know, but we were
Yeah.
doing Dragon's Crown, so I wanted to talk about it first.
I mean,
Doesn't
that's
matter
fair.
which stream you watch this week, you'll see my portrait. So go
And you'll see
look
Jenny.
at them.
That is a
And
very
you'll see
good point.
Jenny.
You'll see Jenny's face and Jay's art. So
Go
on
look at
Thursday
them.
night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, we have the Copper Pyramid, which is our 1950s Eldritch Horror
cool.
mini-series. You should definitely check it out.
It's so queer. It
It
is
is.
so outlandishly queer.
From the beginning.
For the queer neurodivergent in you that likes puzzles, and horror, you should check out the
Eldritch
Copper
horror.
Pyramid.
It's
What? Am I
When
wrong?
we say horror, truly like this is a psychological and like
Nightmare.
body horror show.
It's
Like
it's
truly
a lot.
like
It is
If
Eldritch.
you are not
It is
prepared
Eldritch
for
in
this,
every sense of the word.
if you are not ready for this, please like take care of yourself. But like otherwise,
Yes, please do.
fantastic cast, fantastic first
I'm
episode.
gonna do the best I can to support it for as long as I can.
Gabby, we love you so much.
We do.
I'm not a horror person, but
that's okay. If
You're
anybody
doing
has,
your best.
there is a YouTuber who does music. He's from Australia, and he just put out a song that was for Halloween. That was "Let's read the horror plots on Wikipedia," because that's all he could handle.
I love
That's
that
why I
though.
won a trivia game.
It's really great. So that is the Copper Pyramid. That's at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night here on our Twitch channel. And then Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have the Dragon's Crown, which then will be followed by Monday. We'll be back with, I believe, Baldur's Gate, if everyone's available.
Yeah.
And we'll continue on from there. But thank you so much for this diversion back into Discover RPG for the week. You all are... Maury? The excitement is, as one could say, crystal queer. God damn it.
Look, knowing us, we're all crystal queers, okay?
No, listen, I like crystals, but I don't believe they do anything for me other than give me serotonin.
I'm sorry, it's the got 'em at the end.
Okay, so finally, real quick, once again, shout out to our sponsors. Obviously, yes. World Anvil, which you can check out. You will soon be able to check out the Dragon's Crown World Anvil. You can also check out the World of Vale, which will be having some very fun Patreon exclusive features coming up very soon. Right, what was that?
World Anvil also has a sale going on right now, if you don't know.
They do. World Anvil has a sale that says if you buy 9 months of World Anvil Guild membership, you get the whole year. So you can save quite a bit of money on... Well, here's the thing. I want to say you'll save quite a bit of money, but World Anvil is also, in my opinion, very affordable for how much you get at certain guild member levels. So you should check it out. We are also sponsored by Die Hard Dice. Be sure to check out their Loot the Castle event, where you can get increasing numbers of free stuff depending on how much you purchase on their site. You can find that out at dieharddice.com. Use the link in chat or use the code Nerdsmith when you check out, and you'll get 10% off your entire purchase. We are also affiliates of Hero Forge, which recently just came out with... What was it? What did I say? It was antique bronze, material to make actual miniatures, which looks absolutely lovely. We also are very happy to be sponsored by Grinding Coffee, which is a Black LGBTQ-owned business who sells coffee and coffee subscriptions and fun skull-themed merch. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of stream, but we also have a shop. We have the Nerdsmith shop. You can find us right now on Etsy, but we will soon have our own little home on our nerdsmith.org site, where you can buy merch that we have designed and produced for the queer, nerdy, and neurodivergent, and whatever combination of those three you might fall under. We are very excited to show off some fun stuff that we have coming down the pike. And if you liked what you watched tonight and you'd like to continue supporting us, you can consider joining our Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/nerdsmith. Even if you don't have any extra change to spare to support small creators, please consider joining us for free, so you at least get up to date when we release new content and can just be part of the community. Lastly, part of the community, join our Discord. We have cool things. All of us hang out there all the time. We are currently running this month our Studio Ghibli movie viewings. If you want to join us for any of our watch parties, you can find our calendar on the Discord and hang out while we watch some very pretty animated films. And tell us if there's anything else you want to do on the Discord. We're trying to come up with new community events and things. So if there's anything you might want to do, trivia or Discord events, or like those activities and stuff that they've got on Discord now, we should do stuff. But yeah, please come hang out and Once again, thank you all so much for joining us, Dragon's Crown Cast and Lil Guy.
Me, it's me.
That's you!
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great rest of your night. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and week. Be safe, be smart, make good choices, and above all, do us all a favor and be good to each other. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Hold yourself. I want all of you get ready to stop.